Hello, how's it going? Welcome back to some more F1 Manager 2022 in another part of our Aston Martin not driver career mode, Road to Glory career mode. And today we have got the Singapore Grand Prix. Now, in Singapore, there has been lots of incidents in the past. Sebastian Vettel has a very good record at Singapore, and certainly plenty of safety cars in the past. So it could be a very dramatic Grand Prix. We will have to see. Hopefully, we will manage to get the best result that we can. That's what we're looking for today. Thank you for the incredible support on the series so far. I say it every episode, but I really do mean it. Thank you for every like. Thank you for every comment. Thank you for every subscribe. It has been an unbelievable couple of weeks. So thank you so much for all of that. Keep it coming. And if you haven't already, subscribe for daily F1 Manager content. We are going to be pushing all the way through to the end of season 1 and beyond, and you know, potentially this is the last few races with Sebastian Vettel. You know, last race was unbelievable. It really was. It was the best race that we've had. You know, Vettel coming back brilliantly from the back of the grid to finish 8th, and that it was awesome. So yeah, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it last time out. It was the best race so far. Hopefully, if today can be half as exciting, then it'll be a good one. So, yeah, let's immerse ourselves into the action. First of all, we've got some points to give out. So let's put another one on the break in for Sebastian Vettel. Nico Hülkenberg does have one as well, or did have one. I think we must have already put it on his break-in. Okay. Felipe Drugovich also has one. Let's pop it on his racecraft. That's absolutely fine. Let's have a look at staff. So Andrew Green does have an extra point, so pop that on rear wing. Anything else for these guys? No. What about the pit crew? How are we doing at the moment? So we've gone up to 75 on the tyre changes. Very good. Okay. Right. Let's see how we're going. We've got 18 days to play with here. We will get to see whether the budget cap has been reduced as well. So exceeding expectations, we know that. There's the post-race overview if you want to have a little read of it. Special mention to Aston Martin, who are meeting everyone's expectations apparently. Verstappen is very far ahead in the championship. There's our front wing that was manufactured, and let's find out. Oh, wow. Wow. So, in the case of a tie, we will always cast a deciding vote, is what it says. It must have passed. So it was a tie. It was a tie. Ourselves, Haas, AlphaTauri, and Alfa Romeo and McLaren, we all voted for the reduction in budget cap. Williams, interestingly, have voted against it, even though that they've got the least amount of money. And of course, the big four, Ferrari, Red Bull, Mercedes, and Alpine, voted against it. But the FIA voted in favour of this budget cap, so it will be reducing by $5 million next season. I think that's good. I do think that's best for the sport to try and bring us all together a little bit. So I think that was a good decision for us, and obviously our vote made all the difference, really. You can see we've got some manufacturing coming. We've got some scouting finished as well. The race simulator upgrade will be coming. The design center will also be coming before the next Grand Prix as well. So, yeah, some really, really exciting things happening. So, yeah, let's keep an eye on it. 23 million in the bank. That is going down a little bit. We will have a little look at our projection. It is projected to go slightly down by the end of the season. So yeah, let's just hold off on doing anything crazy between now and then. What I do want to have a look at is our warehouse. How are our engines looking? So of course we went for the new engine at the last Grand Prix. That seems to have worked out pretty well for both drivers, considering that was a power circuit. So that should last us a decent amount of time now, until the end of the season, really, and we can dip in and out using the other parts here and there. We can have a look on here. Are there any parts that we need to invest in? Maybe another chassis and suspension, but I think we have already got that in production. The car part development, the research is taking place. We have got one more upgrade by the looks of things. Oh no, that's a manufacture. So no designs going on, but we do have some research going on into the underfloor and rear wing to go along with our front wing research for next season. So that is absolutely perfect. Let's keep going. Not really too much to worry about, but let's have a little look at Jack Doohan. So he is somebody that we could look at potentially as a reserve driver role to take over Drugovic. Isn't currently with any F1 teams. Certainly deserves to be in the sport, I think. Could potentially get a race seat somewhere else, though. So I think that's worth bearing in mind. We've also had a little look at Alex Albon. I'm also scouting Lewis Hamilton, maybe for later down the line in the career mode, rather than anything else. So Alex Albon, let's have a look at him. His contract, yeah, he's only got 3 months to go on it as well. So he's another possibility for us next season. I think it's inevitable. Vettel is going. You know, he hasn't had the best few years in the sport. I know he is still a top driver, but he has made a lot of mistakes this year. And I think we want Fernando in that number one seat, ultimately. I think Gasly's a very good option as well. It's only his defending that's making me a little bit worried about that one. But if you look at Nico Hülkenberg, his stats are very, very strong. Generally, if we can up this braking, I think he will become a very good support driver for Fernando Alonso. And Drugovic, of course, as our reserve. I think that's as strong as it's going to get for now. So yeah, Fernando Alonso is our top target for the end of the season. Our race simulator has been upgraded, which is great. So we should see a weekly experience gain of 80%, which is nice. The level has gone up to 4, condition is 5. I mean, we could potentially put in another upgrade, but I don't think we want to do that at the moment. But I think that has definitely helped us out. The design center is going to be ready in 8 days. We are still on low stock. Let me just check what's going on here with the manufacturing current projects. We aren't actually manufacturing anything, so yeah, let's go and get ourselves some a new chassis and a new. So I guess just the suspension, isn't it? Just the suspension that's needed. So we'll get that bought in. Perfect. Let's push on. And there we go. The upgrade facility has gone through. So we have now got a brand new design center, which gives us 3 project capacities now. So let's visit the design center. We can potentially go up to another one, which would increase the number of designers we can have at any one time. But I want to get some more research done. So we've already done a project for front wing. I think honestly chassis is going to be the next one. Yeah, let's go chassis. I think that is the one that we're going for. Let's go 1.5. Let's go another 20 on that. Might as well focus it all in. This is going to be in place for November, but if we stick 4 engineers on it, then we will be ready by the end of October, which will allow us to do something else with the car between now and the end of the season. Perfect. Let's have a little look at our car analysis, just see where we are compared to the rest of the grid. We are pretty good, to be honest. You know, certainly mid-table, but there are certain parts of the car that aren't very good, and that's something that I think we need to work on going into next season. But we'll keep an eye on that, of course, and hopefully we'll be able to pick up a couple of more results now between now and the end of the season. But yeah, next of all, we've got the race weekend, so we'll keep an eye on that. Let's have a little look at what we can do. Let's say we will get both cars through to Q2. Should be the first time this season, to be fair, so maybe just one car. I'm trying to be sensible with our predictions to try and make sure that we get these results. So let's have a look at the circuit info. We are expecting a one-stop race, softer than medium. 42-48. I'm a little bit confused. There are 61 laps. What does lap 14 and 20 mean? What does that mean? Pit stop windows? 14 to 20. Okay, I get it now. So we could go medium soft in this race, but the expected strategy is soft medium. I think that's going to be a very tough ask, if I'm honest with you. Hards are surely going to be a better average lap time for you. But we'll see. We'll see. Time considerations, it's going to take us around about 27 seconds during green flag. Safety car, 16 seconds it brings it down to. Safety car deployment, 100% over the last 4 seasons. And it looks like 1 red flag in that time as well, and 2 virtual safety cars. Okay. Right. Fair enough then. Cool. Okay. Previous race result, Sebastian Vettel actually won it back in 2019 ahead of Charles Leclerc in 2nd. You can see Max Verstappen finished 3rd with Hamilton 4th. Alex Albon finished 6th for Red Bull. Hülkenberg finished 9th for Renault. Lance Stroll and Sergio Perez were our racers back then. Stroll finished 13th. Perez did not finish. Okay then, I mean, if you have a look at this, you can see how many engines people have used. We're on to 4 and 5. Albon's on to 4. You know, certainly with gearboxes where we're not doing too well as a team. But yeah, let's head into the race and see how we get on in Singapore. It's going to be an exciting one. Let's go for it.
We're here at the Marina Bay Street Circuit and the Singapore Grand Prix is just about to start. The name Singapore means City of Lions, and this weekend Formula One will be roaring into action. The bumpy street surfaces here make this a challenging circuit for the drivers, and the humidity causes them to lose as much as 3 kilos over the course of a race. But it's also tough on the cars, with 23 corners to tackle each and every lap. Good low-speed downforce will make all the difference here. With the season nearly concluded, time is running out for the teams. Can anyone make a last-minute breakthrough? Can the leading drivers hold on? Only time will tell. Let the weekend begin!
Right then, so it looks like it's going to be a fairly clear weather-wise this weekend, but we will see, I suppose, after practice. So let's get out there, and I'll see you guys once we have completed it. Okay, so here we are at the end of practice 3 then. Sebastian Vettel is in 11th, and Nico Hülkenberg is down in 18th, all on the old engines and gearboxes, ERSs, all of that sort of stuff. Sebastian Vettel's setup confidence, 97%, very, very impressive for him. Nico Hulkenberg 89%, both pretty good, getting 14 out of 15 on the old performance bonuses. And if you you know, they add a few points to your driver's attributes, so that's very, very good. But let's make sure that we get our freshest engine installed and ready for the race. I want to make sure that we're in the best possible position that we can be in. So there we go, Seb's car looking fine. And we'll do the same for Nico Hulkenberg. So install that. His ERS as well, let's put that in there. And of course his new gearbox. So there we go, all of that is now on the car and ready to go for qualifying. Let's see what tyres we've got. So we've got 3 sets of soft tyres, we've got a set of mediums as well if we needed them. So without further ado, let's get ourselves into qualifying. Here we go.
Radio check.
Right then, we'll send Nico Hulkenberg out straight away. Try and avoid the traffic. And we'll pull Vettel out fairly close behind. And the problem is you can always get some traffic. We definitely do not want traffic around here because, again, it's another track where it's not so easy to overtake. Now, what we have got is Lewis Hamilton going on to an outlap. That looks like Zhou Guan Yu as well. So, Nico Hulkenberg starts his lap. Is he going to be able to get past Zhou Guan Yu very easily here? Luckily, it looks like we're going up to the DRS zone. And Zhou Guan Yu does go over to the side. That's fine. That looks okay. I don't think he lifted there. So, purple through the first sector. Is Vettel going to match that? Yes, he does. Good stuff. So Vettel 27.5, 27.6 for Nico Hulkenberg, which is what we've come to expect from these two over the season. Now, Lewis Hamilton, we'd like to come to him on the straight. We should manage that just about, I think. No, Hamilton is too far ahead, so I'm just hoping Hamilton gets out of the way nicely. Right, and then left and towards the Anderson Bridge. Goes Hamilton through the final sector. As he's going to start his lap, so I think we'll get away with it because Lewis Hamilton will come around and start his lap, so Nico Hulkenberg can finish his. He comes up to the line and it's going to be a 39 flat, which is not bad. Vettel, meanwhile, just gets past Zhou Guan Yu and he comes up to the line and it's a 1:38.9, a tenth of a second quicker than his teammate Nico Hulkenberg. Let's have a look at those final sectors. And there you go, 4 tenths lost for Vettel. But equally, Hulkenberg lost 4 tenths in the middle sector. So, you know, pretty equal traffic for both of them there. Always an issue on this circuit. Always an issue. And we are the slowest at the moment. And 94% on those tyres. I think it's probably worth us doing another tour on those. Let's just have a little look at the track. Let's go Hulkenberg out again first. As Gasly's coming on his outlap, or in-lap I should say. That's fine. So it should clear up nicely for us. So let's zoom it on. And because both of them, I think, can vastly improve on their time, we will ride on board with Nico Hulkenberg. So there is a McLaren out there that I think is in the way a little bit. It's whether we'll reach him. I'm not sure. Ocon is definitely stuck behind him. Yes, we definitely will reach the McLaren. It's when and where we'll meet them. And this is just the most frustrating part of the game for me at the moment. Is the AI traffic.
Do what you can to keep the tyres cool.
Copy.
So weirdly the tyres are struggling. Get out the way. Have to lift slightly and that's not going to help. Might improve slightly, but not by a lot. So Vettel green in both sectors as well. Now Vettel's tripping over the McLaren, I think. Oh no, he's not going to actually. Here we go. Nico Hulkenberg comes up to the line. Is it going to be any better? It's not. It was that final sector that let him down. Now Vettel should be okay. I don't think he's come across any traffic whatsoever. So Vettel comes up to the line. Much better. A 38 flat, which puts him P8 at the moment. That's a very, very big improvement from Sebastian Vettel. So we need to get Hulkenberg back to the pits very quickly here. Bolt on a set of new soft tyres. And then, yeah, we'll be alright. We'll be fine. So, yeah, time for a new set. Do the same with Seb. So, just need to be a little bit careful here of yellow flags and the likes. So let's keep an eye on the traffic here. We should have plenty of time. Almost everybody has gone out here by now. So giving themselves plenty of space. Plenty of time. Hulkenberg's going to be next. Then Vettel. And there we go. Got around about a minute to get... Well, more than a minute, but a minute's leeway to get around the track efficiently. So I'm quite excited to see what Hulkenberg can do here in a clean lap. Can he get anywhere near Vettel? Certainly did on his first lap, within about a tenth, but generally we haven't been seeing that sort of pace. So Sebastian Vettel will run on board with him easily to the line within 30 seconds or so of the checkered flag. Now Nico Hulkenberg. How can he... Oh, Hulkenberg's going slowly. I hope that wasn't a problem for Hulkenberg. I don't know. Vettel seems quite a bit quicker in this first sector than Hulkenberg. Only a yellow first sector for both of them. Vettel is slightly quicker. I don't think it's too different from our previous one, but Hulkenberg definitely going to be getting in the way of Vettel here if we're not careful. I don't really know why we're so slow here. This isn't good. Norris has gone through, but yeah, Hulkenberg is just in the way. Now coming through the middle sector.
So we're happy to let these tyres cool.
Is green, and Vettel not green. So Hulkenberg's improving. Vettel is just so much quicker for some reason. So let's hop on board with Hulkenberg now. And see if he can get himself through here. He needs to find about 0.4 of a second here. Needs to be in the mid 138. He comes up to the line to 38.8, which isn't enough. That's only 18th. That's very disappointing for Hulkenberg. And once again, he goes out in Q1. But it did seem very, very slow on that lap, and 0.8 slower than Seb. That doesn't feel right, but that's where we're at with it. But yeah, that's a pity. Now then, Sebastian Vettel. I think definitely the used tyres at the start of session 2. And we'll see how we get on.
Radio check.
Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay, it's green now.
Yep, some Vettel out there. Waited a little bit. We don't want to be tripping over people. I'm hoping we've timed it right. So obviously used tyres for the first bit. Oh dear, I think Sainz is... Oh yeah, we're going to get absolutely trampled on. There's no real point hopping on board with Vettel because this is not going to be a good lap. Absolutely stuck behind Lando Norris there. Pierre Gasly's going to be next. It's just stupid, isn't it? Absolutely stuck behind him. And what was that? 39.3. I mean, come on. Right, we're going to cancel that call in. I'm going to conserve and then we're going to go again. Or are we? Because... yeah, we actually need to come in, don't we? That's fine. I mean, that was just stupid. It really was. Right. So, where's our expected traffic? It's expected to go down. So why don't we send him out now? See if he can get a lap in. And then come back in very, very quickly and put on the new boots. That was just pathetic, wasn't it? How much traffic we got there. But here we go then. Vettel this time will get a clear run at it. This is probably going to be his most clear lap yet. So let's see how he gets on. No traffic. And will he be able to get back out again? That's the question. So, green in Sector 1 and Sector 2. This is pretty decent. So, swinging it round. The final couple of corners. What is Sebastian Vettel going to produce here? He comes up to the line. And that's decent. That puts him 5th. What a time that was. 38 flat once again. Of course, we are going to be calling them in. So we are going to take manual control. We're going to attack, push, and deploy.
Yeah, copy.
To basically get him
So use energy if you need it.
in as quickly as possible.
Copy.
Otherwise, we're going to struggle. We might struggle anyway. It's going to be so tight.
Pit lane.
So he's in.
Copy.
No, we've got 10 seconds or so. So Vettel is not going to make it onto a fresh tyre run. So Perez, Russell, they'll probably improve. Other than that, I'm not entirely sure. Let's have a look at sector times, I guess. This is going to be a nervous little wait, isn't it? Let's have a little look at timings. So a 30.2, a 37.6, and then a 40.1. That's what we're looking at. So let's keep an eye on these guys. Oh no, that's Vettel's in lap, isn't it? How annoying. What did he put in? A 27.4. Okay. Comparable. Comparable. Oh, there's the checkered flag out. There's everybody. Oh, Kevin Magnussen's going to be the first one over the line. He's not improved in Sector 1. Did in Sector 2. Here he comes. Up to the line. Where's he going to finish? He doesn't improve. What about... Perez is through. Gasly's through. Bottas is... Where's Bottas? Has Bottas finished? No. Vettel down to 9th now. What about Ocon? I don't know. Oh, he's out. He's out in P11. Wow, what a shame. Now, how close was he to Carlos Sainz? I mean, Sainz is going to go through. But a fair... Well, a tenth of a second off Lando Norris. But P11, that's a good place to start tomorrow. It really is. So, fair play to Sebastian Vettel. Did definitely put in some hot laps today.
Race day
Very
has
good.
arrived and the time has come for these drivers to fight it out wheel to wheel.
Aston Martin performed well during the qualifying session and they're rewarded with a good grid position for the race. Haas met their potential in qualifying and they'll be expected to make a good start from the grid. Let's see if they can make it work for them. And clouds are stretching across the sky tonight, which means that teams and drivers alike will be nervously watching the weather radar.
Well, we've got some fascinating strategies that are sure to be applied today. But for now, all eyes shift to the starting line of the Singapore Grand Prix.
Okay then. I think we're ready to go. For the race, it is going to be clear. And, well, I mean, the expected strategies were pretty soft. A soft medium was the one it was looking like. Yeah, I do quite like a medium soft. We did that in Italy, but look how long the softs actually last. There's absolutely no point in pushing like that, is there? And yeah, that's... Why don't we just attack both stints? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go 35 laps, and then 26 on the softs. I mean, that seems pretty crazy to me, I've got to be honest. No entire wear at Singapore usually, but that's fine. We'll stick an extra lap of fuel in as well. Well, we're actually going to be a bit tight on fuel in this Grand Prix. What about Hülkenberg? What about Hülkenberg? I mean, maybe we go same strategy. We never ever go same strategy with both of them. But actually, it probably makes a lot of sense to do just that. So what we got? We got Vettel coming in on lap 35. Hülkenberg in on lap 34. We'll have slightly worse soft tyres towards the end. Let's do it. Let's absolutely send it and see how we go in this Grand Prix. Could be another exciting one. Let's go.
There's a very overcast night in store for the drivers who are now lined up on the grid. And there's Sebastian Vettel. They're in the back half of the pack, so they'll need to work hard if they want a podium finish. There's the second Aston Martin. They'll be starting the race from the bottom half of the grid, so there's a fair bit of ground to make up. The race start is mere seconds away.
So, can
And
Sebastian
this
Vettel
is
get
it.
off to a good start
The
here
Singapore Grand Prix.
and get himself into the points? Here we go. We're ready. And it's lights out.
And
Away we go. Very, very good. Now let's hop on board with Sebastian Vettel as we head towards turn 1. Can he make the move around the outside here? He's having a little look at Lando Norris straight away and does go around the outside. Good move from Seb. Hulkenberg down in 17th. Hopefully he can make some positions as well. Vettel having a little look at Fernando Alonso. Could have a little run on him here. And Norris surely is going to have to back out of this, is he? I'm not sure. Go down the inside. And Norris is still there. But we're through for now. And that's a good start from... Oops. That's a good start from Sebastian Vettel. Now, Hulkenberg.
Great play there. They've moved up a place.
Not as good a start for him. And let's have a little look at the tyres people have gone on. So most people out there are on the soft tyres. So if we can mix it with them on the mediums, and then of course come back at them on the softs later on in the Grand Prix, that would be rather good. So Max Verstappen leading the way ahead of Charles Leclerc in second. We got Lewis Hamilton in third at the moment. We then got Sainz in fifth. Bottas is sixth ahead of George Russell in seventh, and it's Sebastian Vettel currently in P10. Let's move that back down to neutral. I think do the same with Nico Hulkenberg as we finish the first lap of this Singapore Grand Prix. And now we're just waiting for DRS lap, really. This is going to be a really, really interesting race, I think. Can we have a look at Fernando Alonso? We're going to go overtaking again. I'll swap it back down to neutral now. As Lando Norris nearly a second behind here. Hulkenberg can't quite make it past Mick Schumacher. I just feel there's definitely going to be a safety car at some point. Almost feels guaranteed. It would be rude not to have a safety car.
Lift and coast will help.
And here.
Save fuel, save
Try and
Go with that.
save a little bit of fuel in these early stages as we're following the cars in front. There's not too many places that you can overtake around here, so try and make the most of
Doing a good
what
job
we're doing.
pushing.
Now Hulkenberg still trying to overtake Mick Schumacher. I feel like the quicker he can get round somebody like Schumacher, the better. Schumacher could be fairly slow, and Kevin Magnussen has spun, and there is a virtual safety car. Virtual safety car deployed.
Virtual safety.
We are, of course, going to ignore it. We'll conserve some fuel. Let's get our everything on harvest, everything on conserve, and look after things.
Drop back a bit.
And the VSC is out. Zoom it forward a little bit.
You've got loads of energy.
Yeah.
I found where the VSC is, don't
Okay,
they?
energy's good.
Tend not to sort of respect the gaps. Right, virtual safety car will be ending, so we're going to absolutely push it. We're going to deploy, attack, push, deploy. Let's see where we can get to with this. Here we go.
So we just need to push now. The tyres are happy to push.
Okay.
So we are away,
VSC ending.
and we're back underway in this Singapore Grand Prix. After that incident from K-Mag in the Grand Prix. And now the problem is Vettel has lost the back of Fernando Alonso. Now what we know in this game is that it'll take 3 laps for DRS to be enabled now. So come on, Seb. Let's get into the slipstream of these guys ahead. There goes Gasly defending from Fernando Alonso. Doesn't quite happen this time. Let's drop these back down now. How's Hulkenberg doing?
Copy.
Doing okay for now. We're balanced on the fuel. We're neutral. Well, to be fair, I think because Schumacher's got nobody in front of him, if we can
Use overtake.
that would be very, very good. Right behind him now. And let's keep an eye out for where we could make the manoeuvre. This could be it. So we're going to have a look down the inside. No. Thought he was there. Didn't happen though. Schumacher defends to the inside. But Hulkenberg is going to go down the inside here towards the Anderson Bridge. 2 cars don't go into this corner very easily, but, well, they manage it still side by side here. This is very, very nervy, but Hulkenberg is going to be through. Just about, which is a big relief, really. And now Hulkenberg can hopefully chase after the next car in front, who is
Aston Martin with
Daniel
a great
Ricciardo.
play there. They've moved up a place.
Now Sebastian Vettel still chasing these two. Still doing a good job. So it's time to zoom it forward just a little bit until the DRS is enabled. Now Hulkenberg, I'm actually going to deploy him to try and get him out of Schumacher's reach with DRS. I think that's worked out. So back to balanced and back to neutral for him. Now, DRS enabled. So you would imagine Fernando Alonso will manage to make a move on Pierre Gasly here. But let's see, we're going to push the fuel.
You can stop, lift and coast.
Copy.
I'm also going to push overtake. Try and get past one or both of these guys. Here we go, DRS enabled. Go on, Seb. This is good. Oh, he just backed out of it there. That was a shame. But Alonso goes down the inside of Gasly. They're side by side now, but Alonso has to back out.
So Sebastian, we are all okay on fuel. All okay on fuel, so you can do what you want.
How's Hulkenberg doing? 1.7 behind Daniel Ricciardo now. If you can get into that 1 second window, Ricciardo's already a second behind Ocon. So that should work out. I think there's a little DRS zone around here. It's not very useful though. Keeps us close to Fernando for now. So let's keep pushing. Try and get them both next lap. So push on that. Overtake. And this could be another chance. This time just got to pick a more sensible route. So here we go. Here it comes. Don't back out of it. Again, it's not what happened.
Okay, happy to lift and coast.
Yeah.
Hulkenberg now 1.6 behind Daniel. More soft tyres. Let's just zoom it forward slightly. Let's keep an eye on Vettel. He has gone down the inside of Pierre Gasly here, and now let's go overtake, let's go push. This could be our chance to get past Fernando Alonso as well here. So there you go.
Looks like Aston
DRS
Martin
enabled.
have just gained a race
Oh,
position.
and Alonso came right across the face of us there. That was a bit of a naughty move from Fernando. Yeah. Let's try and stick close to Fernando for the next lap. And then Valtteri Bottas not too far up the road here. So it was down into turn 1 that we got Pierre Gasly somehow. DRS enabled. Brings us nice and close to Fernando. Not going to be overtaking him just yet. Let's get those two online. And we'll do the same with Hulkenberg. So here we go. Come on. Oh, he hasn't got DRS for some reason. But he should be able to go down the inside. Oh, this is tight. This is tight. But we are through. Nice. Right, let's deploy and see if we can get more than a second ahead of Fernando here.
Use energy if you need it. Use energy.
Copy.
Yeah, I think we are more than a second now. Also out of the DRS zone now. Neutral with, or Harvest with Hulkenberg.
We need to charge it.
The same with Vettel.
Copy.
Keep an eye on that gap with Alonso. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, he does close in ever so slightly on the straights, but not enough to get within the 1 second. So let's zoom it forward. Let's get that ERS recharged nicely. Perfect. This is good. And Hulkenberg still within touching distance of Daniel Ricciardo. That'll just over a second ahead of Fernando. Now Fernando closing in all of a sudden. So I'm going to pop it on neutral now. Through DRS zones that Alonso is catching up currently. Let's keep an eye on him, because he might have a go at us here down this long straight. No, Vettel survives. Very good. Now, can Hulkenberg get past Ricciardo at some point, please? That'd be nice. Okay, so let's go overtake. Let's try and get him here.
use overtake.
Yeah.
Yeah, this could be a chance. If he pulls to the... Well, he's going to go around the outside. This is riskier. But he can make the move stick, and that's exactly what he's done. So Hulkenberg is through. Let's just have a little look at tyres. They seem fine at the moment. Top 10 are struggling a little bit on their soft tyres.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
Now... And now can Hulkenberg pull away from Ricciardo? Let's see. How's Vettel doing? Yeah, seems to be holding off Fernando at the minute. Up in 8th place. This is very, very positive. 12 laps into this Grand Prix. Hulkenberg is always making a few positions in the race, and yeah, I think Vettel doing as usual. Okay, so Vettel now 3.2 behind Bottas, so we are closing up to Valtteri here. Just need to make sure we are staying in front of Fernando in the same breath. .7 now. Hulkenberg, I would like him to join in on this action as well. He's 7 seconds behind at the moment. So 2.5 behind Bottas as the first people are coming into the pit lane. This is the spell of the race where it sort of all changes. Now, have they come in and put on medium tyres? Oh no, some of them have put on hards, so that's very interesting. So Vettel 1.9. 1.9 between ourselves and Bottas, but we are constantly closing that gap. Let's hop on board with Vettel here. This is 3 seconds ahead of Gasly. Let's just have a look at tyres. 69%. Gasly slightly less. Now, Max Verstappen in the pit lane. What about Bottas? Bottas is coming in. Bottas is coming in. So, we're going to go balanced. We're going to go aggressive here.
Copy.
It's not straight line speed particularly that we need here. It's just consistent laps.
Back off.
Hulkenberg, he's going to go up to 5th place, I think. Is he going to get ahead of Verstappen? Not quite. Let's do the same with him.
Easy.
Copy.
And now, we're 4th and 6th. All of a sudden in a very nice position in this Grand Prix. And what I want to keep an eye on now is last lap. So we're looking at the likes of Norris, Alonso. So a 1:44.1. Alonso's just done a 1:45.3. So let's see what Vettel can produce. So most of them have gone on to hards, although quite a lot of them are on mediums as well. But some of them, like Schumacher and Tsunoda, are on or were on mediums at the start of the race. So actually, only Bottas, Gasly, and Ocon have switched to medium tyres out of everybody. So let's see what Vettel can produce here. That's Hamilton and Leclerc in the pit lane, and Perez. So, how is Vettel going to come out here? I think Vettel's actually going to be leading this Grand Prix, believe it or not. And Hulkenberg is going to be on the podium, a 1:44.9 for Vettel. Now, Alonso and Co are definitely in traffic. That's going to massively help us. So we need to stretch this stint out as long as we can. Another sort of 18 to 20 laps until we're coming into the pits. Alonso a much quicker lap there, 44.1 for him. But remember, he's going to be on old hards. We're going to be on fresh softs. It's going to be another intense chase down, I think. So, yeah, let's see what Vettel puts in this time. Hulkenberg doing 45.4. So Vettel does a 44.8. Hulkenberg's going to come through. What's he going to do? A 45.5. Okay. What's Fernando going to do? He's the one that I'm watching intently. 45.3. So yeah, they're actually going slower at the moment. There's not many people lapping quicker than Sebastian Vettel right now. So, doing a really good job out top. Now, obviously, Max Verstappen is going to get through. And should get through fairly easily. A 44.7 for Vettel. Here comes that little group. Yeah, Ocon a 44.2, but everybody else slower than Vettel. So, this is good. This is very, very good. And we're also managing to save some fuel, which will allow us to push harder at the end of the Grand Prix. Now Max Verstappen, he's closing in. He's surely going to pass us. Let's keep looking at those lap times. That'll coming through again. 44.7. He's just so consistent. Hulkenberg 45.2. Alonso and Co. Yeah, they're in the low 45. So there's not really anybody that's closing in on Vettel from that midfield. Which was my big fear, was that it would be too big a gap to overcome on the soft tyres.
We're not okay on fuel.
Copy.
That's okay. Don't really need to worry about that at the moment. So we'll keep pushing. I'm actually going to up that to 8 now. As I say, Verstappen will catch and pass us. We know that. We expect that. Well, let's hop on board and watch it happen, I guess. Starting on much fresher tyres in a much quicker car. The key is to not lose too much time battling somebody who's not really in our race today.
Still a lot to play for.
So Hulkenberg loses out to Carlos Sainz.
Ferrari, advance the race position.
Let's just harvest and conserve. Oh no, not with Hulkenberg. I was going to say with Vettel, just to make sure that
Save fuel.
Yeah.
Verstappen gets past.
Drop back a bit.
Okay, copy.
Surely Verstappen
We just need to charge up.
Okay.
will pass here. I'm intrigued to see what time Vettel puts in here. How much slower is this going to be? 8/10. But still might be quicker than Fernando. Right, now back to normal. Slightly more aggressive. And let's try and stick in the DRS
Red
of
Bull moved
Verstappen.
up.
So we just need to push now.
Yeah.
Hulkenberg down to 7th.
Red Bull gained a place.
Which is fine. So can Vettel stay with Max Verstappen for as long as possible, please? So if he can, that's going to have a big effect on the outcome of this race. So DRS again. Verstappen actually has to go a little bit defensive. Now obviously Lewis Hamilton will coast up to the back of this fight. Yeah, we're absolutely fine and dandy on fuel, which is lovely. This is exactly where we want to be. So will this take us back into the 44s? Be nice if it did. So here we come, up to the line. 43.8 from Vettel. That is his personal best by quite some way. And that's just by virtue of sticking with Max Verstappen for a lap. That was rather good, wasn't it? It's going to massively open the gap up to Fernando. This is very, very positive. So let's try and stick with Max Verstappen for as long as possible. I don't really want to overtake him, but we did briefly. We're side by side with Verstappen here. Pretty crazy. Another 43.4. I'm also doing 44.6s, so we're in a really, really tidy position here. We might even come out in front of that little group. I'm just baffled that Vettel can stay with Max here. Some yellows. That was Lewis Hamilton, I think, made a mistake.
Seems to have been a lock-up.
Yeah. Now, where's Nico? Where is Nico? Where's Hulkenberg? Oh, he's 6th.
Looks like Aston Martin.
He's 6th.
have
So
just gained the
Hulkenberg
race position.
has got back past Perez somehow. This is very, very good from Sebastian Vettel. Now, stay in that DRS, please. He's just being dragged along by Max Verstappen, and that is, you know, giving him 0.6 a lap or so to Fernando. This is huge for when the pit window opens. How long until the pit window? 3 more laps. I'm going to get a true indication of how strong this race is going to be very, very shortly. I mean, Hulkenberg's probably going to come back out reasonably close to where he was, but even so, it doesn't really matter. And Vettel back into the lead of this Grand Prix. He is battling with Max Verstappen. As I say, I'd rather not be battling.
With a great play there.
But, you know, we're putting in 42s at the moment. This is insane. So, Hulkenberg's pit window has opened. We are going to be bringing him in slightly earlier than Sebastian Vettel. Now, what might be useful is Hulkenberg actually coming in
Copy.
fairly early. And then we can see where Hulkenberg comes out in respect to those groups, and then we can work out where Vettel might come out. So Vettel enters the pit window now. Very, very good. Now then, Hulkenberg. is putting in good laps. All of a sudden. So remember, it actually is in our interest to extend these stints a little bit longer, and then we get more time on those soft tyres. Vettel has finally, I think, dropped out of the 1 second window.
Car in a wall.
There is a car in a wall. Now that could ruin everything.
They've crashed out! Here's the replay.
Let's see.
Daniel Ricciardo involved here.
Is Daniel Ricciardo out?
Dear me!
I don't
they
know.
won't have been expecting that.
Don't know. Is Ricciardo? No, Ricciardo's not out, so it's not a safety car. That's the main thing, but it has made me slightly fearful of one. But just keep going now. As I say, Vettel's dropped off the DRS of Verstappen now. Still putting in good times though. So this was the lap we wanted to bring Hülkenberg in. It's expected to come out in 14th.
Box.
We're going to go for it with Hülkenberg because I think there's less to be gained from him staying out there. So he's going to come out just behind Fernando Alonso. But on much fresher tyres, and, you know, I think Hülkenberg might have a chance of getting into the points today. He may well do. Let's push him on. Now Vettel. He's going to come in probably the next lap, or maybe the one after. Let's see. Well, I mean, it's predicting that we're going to come out in 8th place. Behind Russell. Which will be 7th place because Hülkenberg will be in by then. And that's well ahead of Yuki Tsunoda. So I don't know, it's a tough decision. It is tough. Now maybe we just go aggressive.
So we're happy to push the tyres.
For a lap.
Push the tyres.
Yeah, okay.
And we're looking last lap wise. A 44.1 plays a 43.8, so we don't want to play with fire too much. Maybe we do want to come in this lap. Hülkenberg's in, by the way. Hülkenberg comes back out. A little bit behind that group, but not too far. Let's push him on that.
No saving required.
Good.
Let's bring Vettel in. This was the lap we were expecting to do. For soft tyres. Just gotta hope for no mistakes. Are we looking? Okay, still yellows in sector 1 and 2. Still a decent amount of amount ahead of Charles Leclerc. So here comes in Sebastian Vettel then. How's Hülkenberg getting on?
Just pit limiter. Just a reminder on pit limiter.
Hülkenberg is
Rears are hot.
hopefully going to close up. Here goes Vettel. It's a very, very slow pit lane, this one. So, fresh softs on. And we have got 25 laps on these soft tyres. Could be quite severe, that, but we're in 7th place. Now, how far ahead are we of Valtteri Bottas? A decent amount. very decent amount. So Vettel has absolutely overcut the likes of Alonso and co. And those few laps with Max Verstappen, invaluable. Let's just go aggressive. We do not need to
Back off.
go pedal to the metal. We really don't need to do that. We'll keep an eye on last lap. Of course we will do that. Now with Hülkenberg, I would like to push him hard. So I want to get him right up behind that little group. It's not a green first sector, to be fair, but he didn't have DRS, so I guess that's maybe why. Yeah, should be gaining quite comfortably, really. Those guys. And is doing some. Again, I'm going to drop him down to aggressive. We're going to drop him down to balanced as well.
Yeah, take it easy.
And let's go back down to standard. Let's get those tyre temps back down to regular. We've got a good amount of space on track to do that with.
Safe fuel, safe fuel.
Yeah, copy.
We're not really going to compete with those guys unless their tyres completely go off the cliff towards the end of the Grand Prix. So Hülkenberg 3.7 behind. Let's zoom it forward a bit. Just keep an eye on Vettel. Don't want Bottas to get too close. I think once it gets to sort of 6 seconds, we'll maybe up the pace a little bit. But there you go. Hülkenberg has got them within sight now. Bottas is going quicker than Vettel at the moment. As I say, we'll keep an eye on that. Hülkenberg dropping off again now. Let's catch up to them, because once we're in their DRS, then we can save fuel a little bit, save tyres a little bit. There you go, he is now catching up to them. So 3.5. So it won't be long. Vettel 7.1 ahead of Bottas. Hülkenberg now 2.3 behind. Definitely closing in on them. And it's about, I think, just staying in the DRS train. But I still, I would say, a second away from making us do anything with Vettel. Hülkenberg 1.3. Come on, let's get in there. And that's exactly what he's done now, I think. Should be in there, is he? Yep, within a second now. So, time to go balanced and aggressive. And let's see what he can do here. Can Hülkenberg get into the points? I don't know. Vettel, meanwhile, doing a great job on these soft tyres. I think we push. We now push with Vettel. We try and close the gap to that little group in front. It's 13 seconds. It's quite a bit. How's Hulky doing? Still in that little group, but we're caught behind Mick Schumacher, so I'm actually going to... Oh, Vettel got the fastest lap. There you go. Right. We're now going to push with Hülkenberg. And actually tell him to go overtake as well. And I'll see what he can do, so...
use overtake.
Sebastian Vettel having a really brilliant race so far. Brilliant weekend, to be fair. There goes Alonso, maybe having a look down the inside of Schumacher. We need to do the same. We need to get past Schumacher quickly. And that's exactly what we've done. And now we should have a good run at Fernando Alonso. I'll have to drop out of it, and he's been a bit stupid there and lost the DRS because he's hit the brakes. Now then. Let's try and get past Schumacher here. There we go. Should have been. He's lost DRS. Still trying to go down the inside. He's going to have to back out of this, I think. Oh, he's still got the inside. I mean, that was perseverance for you. Goodness me.
Good job.
And Mick Schumacher coming into the pits finally. So some of the medium tyre runners coming in now. That explains why Schumacher was so slow. How's Vettel getting on? Still pushing hard.
Tsunoda is pitting this lap.
Doing well. So Hulkenberg currently up to 12th. As I say, I think Hulkenberg can get some points today. I'm going to harvest that DRS. And go balanced on this as well. Try and keep in this DRS zone. And if we can do that, I think we can go for a big push towards the end of the Grand Prix and get past these guys and all the way probably up to 9th place. DRS enabled again. This is good. So let's zoom it forward a little bit. Oh, safety car. Safety car deployed. Right then. Now that hurts Vettel more than anything else.
Copy.
Was it Schumacher that's crashed? It was? Oh, well. Right. Where are our drivers? I mean, Hulkenberg's right next to the pit lane. We could bring him in, get another set of softs on, and lose very little time. Why don't we do that? We might as well. We only lose one position, and that's good. Now, Sebastian Vettel, where would he come out? If he came into the pits and put on a new set of softs, he would go down one position. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if anybody else comes in.
Sounds like there's been a crash.
So, Vettel conserving. Because other people may well be coming into the pits as... Oh, Hulkenberg didn't pit. What's he... Oh, that might throw a spanner in the works of whether Hulkenberg should come into the pits. Oh no. One of those guys are coming in. Feel like this is a good opportunity for Vettel. We might as well get a brand new set on. Here he comes.
Copy.
So Vettel's in.
Make sure you get your pit limiter as you come in the pit lane.
So Bottas will get past, of course. You do feel like Vettel will just be almost unbeatable in those final few laps. Brand new set of soft tyres. Hulkenberg in the pits now as well. And Vettel back out in 8th position. Of course, has the lapped car of Nicholas Latifi in the way. But a brand new set. That's good. Now, Hulkenberg might drop behind Tsunoda. It's going to be very, very tight. Nope, he's fine. So Hulkenberg only drops to 1 position too. So, let's zoom it round. I don't think anybody else is going to come into the pits. Tsunoda's on fairly new tyres. As is Alex Albon. Now, the only issue might be Hulkenberg might not catch up to the pack. That could be an issue. Similar for Vettel, but I think Vettel is just about going to do it. Now, you would imagine, yeah, safety car is in this lap.
In this lap. Safety car will be in this lap.
So we're going to go pedal to the metal.
Energy's good.
We didn't harvest with Vettel. That's
You
a
can
shame.
push when you're ready.
Copy.
That's a shame.
Energy if you need it.
Copy that.
Can
We just need to
Hulkenberg
charge up.
catch?
Yeah, copy.
You can stop, lift and coast.
Copy.
Where is Hulkenberg? Is he going to catch? I don't think he is.
And
Here
when
we
we
go then.
restart, overtaking will be from the control line.
Copy.
Here we go then. Obviously Latifi's in the way. Hopefully we're going to be able to get past him very, very quickly. Yeah, there we go. And here we pass a load of the guys. And that is Valtteri Bottas.
So we're happy to let these tyres cool a bit.
Yeah.
Now let's see if we can get past him.
That's it.
We are past George Russell actually, so we managed that. Here comes Vettel, possibly having a look at Valtteri Bottas here. Is he going to go down the inside on these much softer, fresher tyres? Not quite. Now Hulkenberg, he's got some catching up to do. So perhaps should have just stayed where we were with Hulkenberg. But it is what it is. Nothing we can do. Now, who's that? Is that I think that's a Red Bull. Yeah, that's Perez. So Vettel's in with a chance here of a podium, I would say, with the pace he's going to show. Here he comes. He's going to go down the inside of Bottas here. And he's through. Very good. Right, down onto neutral now. Very, very good. So Vettel up to P6. Hulkenberg, meanwhile, 5.6 behind Fernando
Aston
Alonso.
Martin
Is
with a
closing
great
in
play there. They've moved up a
beautifully.
place.
Gonna move him down to neutral as well. I'm assuming Hulkenberg will continue to shave the time off. We've got 12 laps to go in this Grand Prix. It is huge what could happen here. And Hulkenberg puts in the fastest lap. There you go. Those brand new, fresh, soft tyres. And these guys in front are going to be sitting ducks. They are on very old tyres. Vettel is surely going to be in a position where he can overtake some of these guys. Hulkenberg now. Only 13 seconds behind the leader. What is he behind? Well, so 4.5. Still closing in. Vettel might have a little chance here. And looking down the inside of Sergio Perez. Once we got DRS, we could really have a good go, couldn't we? I'm going to harvest. Going to try and get that energy back up. I'm going to be sensible here. There's no need to rush this.
DRS will be active.
Okay, here we go then. DRS. This lap, of course, Perez will have DRS as well. Well, who's going to get the better traction? Who's going to get the better release here? DRS open. As I say, I think it's worth just harvesting for now. As Vettel drops out of the 1 second window of Carlos Sainz ahead. Could be a problem for them. Hulkenberg, meanwhile, I think is about to lap Kevin Magnussen. Which seems a crazy thing to say. He has just done that. We've got a McLaren there as well. That looks like Daniel Ricciardo. As Vettel has no, he doesn't even have DRS. He goes down the inside of Perez though. And Vettel now up to P5 if he can get the move done. Ooh, that was close. He's going to go around the outside here at the Anderson Bridge. This is so close. Very, very good. That was very good from Sebastian.
P5 at the moment.
And now, I think Perez will probably get him back here because we are harvesting. I'm going to continue to harvest.
Like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
I think it's definitely worth it. I'm going to deploy and try and get towards that little front group of Leclerc, Hamilton and Sainz. Pretty good. So 2.1 behind. Will improve. Hulkenberg +3 to Alonso. It's frustrating because we were right behind that group. And by the time we get there, we'll probably be on a similar tyre wear to what we were. However, they will be on much worse tyre wear than they were. So I suppose that's an advantage. We're going to get DRS here from Daniel Ricciardo. So that's worked out very nicely. Now to 2 seconds is the gap. How close is Vettel to having a full recharge? It's 42%. You feel like he's not far away, but here we go with Hulkenberg. Look at this. This is going to be crazy. Can we get a double points finish here? Hulkenberg's going to be in DRS. There we go. Nice braking down into turn 1. We're going to go overtake to try and get past them here.
Yeah, copy that.
So this goes all the way up to 9th place, Esteban Ocon. Should be 2 points if he could pull it off. And Norris is going to go down the inside of Pierre Gasly, and that's all the while helping
Red Bull
us.
moved up.
And Perez has got Perez has got Sebastian Vettel. I'm going to go back to neutral. Keep an eye on Hülkenberg. Yeah, Vettel should get Perez here. Oh. I don't know why he didn't go for that there. That was a bit odd.
Rears are hot.
Yeah.
Should have the inside. Does have the inside. Very good. It's going to be another move around the outside here. Oh. Yes, very good from Vettel. As I say, very persistent. Let's deploy. Let's try and close in on that front group.
So use energy.
Oh, this is
Copy.
exhausting. Quite a few laps to go just yet. Now, come on. Hülkenberg. And he produce on Fernando. Come on, son. Can he do it?
Use overtake.
Yeah.
Oh, not quite. Not quite. Battle now within 1.3 of signs. This could very well be fastest lap of the race from Sebastian Vettel if he finishes it. That's how quick he's going at the moment. Now back into neutral. And
This is good to
Hülkenberg's
come.
got past. Well, I thought he'd got past Alonso. He failed overtake apparently. Neutral again. Come on. Or do we recharge with Hülkenberg as well and try and go for that final push? As Leclerc and Hamilton side by side. This is the battle all the way to second place. Here comes Vettel. On signs. As DRS. Now, a new fastest lap for Sebastian Vettel. 140.9. Oh, 40.1, sorry. Now, let's put the overtake on. This could be a great chance. But he has to back out of it, so we're going to go straight back down to neutral now. Hülkenberg. Overtake. Both drivers need full attention to try and get the maximum out of this Grand Prix. Can Hülkenberg do it in the corners rather than the DRS zones? Might be able to throw it down the inside at some point. This is the problem. Hülkenberg now out of ERS. Oh, and Vettel, oh goodness me. That looked like he'd gone into the back of signs there. But he's going to have a go around the outside, which is going to turn into the inside. Oh, this is going to be a very, very tight overtake if he goes for it. And he does. And he's through. And Vettel now is going to be up to P4. This is an unbelievable race for us. Who would have believed it? Seriously, this is
Aston Martin
ridiculous.
with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
I think this calls for us on the screen for the last 3 laps or so. Right. Now then. Overtake button on. Vettel could finish P2 here. Hülkenberg, meanwhile, still struggling. Overtake on. Let's see how Vettel's getting on. He's had a little look down the inside there. No chance to get through just yet. So what we need is to get past Leclerc, then we can get past Hamilton and it'll be P2. We could be on for our first podium. This is absolutely huge. Hulkenberg still just stuck behind Fernando Alonso. If this was Italy or somewhere where you can overtake very easily, Silverstone, we could have been looking at a really strong finish for both cars. It's still going to be, but certainly not to the same extent.
Five more laps. 5 more
We've
laps.
got 5 to go. Overtake on again. George Russell has caught this little group, so he's involved in it as well. DRS enabled. This is the thing, they're weaving left and right. Can Vettel go around the outside of Leclerc? No. I thought that was going to be the time, but again it wasn't. Now Hulkenberg, how's he getting on? He's kind of in the same situation here. It's not a great deal we can do. I think let's just harvest. Harvest with Hulkenberg. And then full deploy the last couple of laps and just hope that that's enough. We're going to be on to 4 laps to go very, very shortly. Oh, how are their tyres doing? 40%. So they're not in puncture territory, but they're in very worn and very tired territory. So Vettel again should get a decent amount of ERS deployment to have a go.
So
4 more laps to go. And 2 races in a row we have had a grandstand finish. This is what F1 Manager can do to you. We're going to go full overtake here once again. He's keeping DRS enabled this time. He might be able to have a go at Hamilton. No, he hasn't. But now it's Hamilton that we're taking on rather than Charles Leclerc. So, I don't know which is going to be better. Now, let's zoom it forward. Hamilton now having a look down the inside of Leclerc. Can we take the opportunity? Oh, it's going to be so close. But we can't do it. I'm gonna harvest. I'm gonna try the same thing with Vettel.
Copy.
Let's get our deployment back and try 2 laps of absolute full send. Ugly mug on the screen.
3 more laps. 3 more laps.
F1 cars behind me supporting. Oh, it's gonna be insane, isn't it? This I don't think is going to be the lap. So we'll just DRS in for now. Stay close. Oh, both of them have got their DRS closed now, as has Vettel. Wow, this is just ridiculous, isn't it? Hulkenberg now has a pretty full battery, but let's get him absolutely full. And then he can just deploy for the final 2 laps. And same opinion with Vettel. There's multiple opportunities around the lap to pull this off. Now Leclerc, will he have a go at Hamilton? He worked so hard to get past Hamilton, then Hamilton breezed back past him later in the lap. But now Leclerc really can't get back past Hamilton. So Hulkenberg still chasing. Alonso, Gasly, Ocon and Norris. Vettel still chasing Leclerc and Hamilton. Right then.
2 more laps, 2 more laps.
That did not feel like a full
Use energy
deploy, but let's try it.
Copy that.
Let's try it with Vettel. Hulkenberg will be starting his penultimate lap now. Here we go with Vettel, but again he's going to have to back out of this, I think. Or is he? Is he not going for the inside? That's what I just don't get. Right, deploy. We're going to leave Hulkenberg to it, I think, now.
Yep.
And try and micromanage Sebastian. Come on. He needs to get his old teammate. He's having a look round the outside. Oh, that was close. That was close. That could have been the time. Oh, can he get him here? He can. He can. He's not going to because Leclerc's going to have a look at Hamilton. And we're out of battery.
Low battery.
Get harvesting. Oh!
Doing a good job, keep pushing.
Well, I thought Hulkenberg could get him there. Come on. Oh, well. It's just not happening now, is it? Last lap, Max Verstappen. Vettel's going to be so close to a podium.
So this is last lap. This is last lap.
So, full deploy now. Somebody's ran wide. Somebody's ran wide. I don't know who.
So use energy if you need it.
Right, here we go. Oh, we've got a decent run this time. Go on. Don't back out. Yes! 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 Vettel goes down the inside. That's good. Right, now then. Now then.
That's it.
I think we can get Hamilton. We can get Hamilton. We're on the podium, folks. This is going to be so huge.
Looks like Aston Martin.
Hulkenberg, meanwhile, is he going to manage it? No, I don't think so. I think Hulkenberg's going to be consigned to being outside of the points. But now, Vettel. Overtake. Here we go. He's run out of ERS. Is Hamilton going to come over to defend? No, he's not. Yes! Vettel is past Lewis Hamilton. And now Vettel is P2 on track. Let's keep an eye. Hamilton behind. I don't think there's anywhere that Hamilton can overtake him. I think Vettel's going to come round and get our first podium of the series. Here he comes. Sebastian Vettel is coming round. Max Verstappen has won the Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel comes round and finishes P2. What a lap that is. Now then, Hulkenberg is still stuck behind these guys. It's been unlucky. But that is an absolutely
this afternoon. Thank you.
unbelievable run from Sebastian Vettel. It's going to be 18 points for him. Hulkenberg comes over the line. He finishes 13th in the end. What a shame.
Checkered flag.
What a shame. Oh, but yes. I mean, what an intense race. 2 in a row where we've been coming back and having to make last lap overtakes, and Sebastian Vettel, 2 races in a row for him. That is an unbelievable performance from Sebastian. P2, 18 points in the bag. That is going to be huge for the championship. And let's enjoy the cinematics of a podium finish.
Sebastian Vettel sure knows how to show Formula One fans a good time. Great work. Imagine how tough they must be. A podium is a real feat, and it's been accomplished in style.
Absolutely brilliant. Sebastian Vettel with a podium in Singapore.
The world champion clearly isn't done yet, as once again he triumphs with yet another podium finish.
Well, there you go. Sebastian Vettel
Alongside
revels
them, of
in
course,
that.
the other 2 talented drivers completing today's podium lineup.
And that was an awesome little sequence.
Today, Aston Martin demonstrated that they can go very far indeed.
They do say success breeds success, and I'm sure the team will be hoping that holds true.
After the race, they sit in 7th place in the Constructors' Standings.
Brilliant.
Next round will see us head east as F1 prepares for the Japanese Grand Prix. We'll see you at Suzuka, a firm favourite for the drivers.
Well, I mean, absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Max Verstappen wins the Singapore Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel finishes a brilliant second with the fastest lap as well, so 19 points in the bank. Lewis Hamilton finishes 3rd. Charles Leclerc finishes 4th with Carlos Sainz in 5th. Perez finishes 6th with Russell in 7th, Bottas 8th, Norris 9th, and Esteban Ocon in the top 10. Gasly finishes 11th, Alonso 12th, and Nico Hülkenberg finishes 13th. I'm just reveling in the music in the background. Brilliant. Vettel moves up to P11 in the championship on 30 points now, perhaps in with a chance of top 10 by the end of the season now, and we move up into a very comfortable 7th place in the constructors' standings. That is what we are talking about. That was brilliant. You know, it was pressure. There's no doubt about that. But we did really, really well. I think Hülkenberg did well as well. Just couldn't quite get past those cars at the end, and that's the way it goes. But Nico Hülkenberg, that is absolutely brilliant. Drugovic and Vettel have now got development points. But P2, that is unbelievable. I mean, what a Grand Prix that was, and yeah, not long to go now. We've got 5 races to go this season, and I couldn't be more happy going into them now. Sebastian Vettel has given us a very nice problem to have, as the cliche goes, because he is starting to go very, very well in his form at the moment. So maybe we do keep Sebastian Vettel after all. Maybe we keep this partnership going into next season. But wow. I just cannot believe how good that Grand Prix was. That was sensational. And we have come out ahead of target. A podium finish in an Aston Martin this season. You know, earlier this year we were finishing 17th and 18th in qualifying and just thinking, you know, how are we going to get out of this rut? But that shows how far we've come as a team. That was a brilliant strategy, going on the mediums, extending that stint, running with Verstappen for so long, running at his pace. That's what got us the P2 there. okay, the late safety car at the end massively helped to get us onto the fresh, soft tyres, and then we could, you know, manoeuvre through the field. But it was really, really impressive. I loved it, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it in half as much as I have. I mean, we've had 2 absolute crackers in a row, so give it a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe for plenty more F1 content, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.